Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Eternal Evolution. And for today's video, I wanted to do a showcase. I wanted to do a bit of a hero spotlight on Crete Chaos Bull. Now mine is not extremely maxed out. It has lots of room for improvement using him as a tank, but that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to kind of showcase how he's dramatically improved my account and my progress, including in like the chapters for the story mode. So first I'll show you guys what I'm personally working with, and we'll talk about the possible improvements for him. Now ideally, using him as a tank, we'd want to have more like 3 million HP and 10k plus defense is fine, but I don't quite have the HP percentage vigorous gear to get all of my people in the best HP gear possible. Even trying to prioritize him, I really couldn't. So I ended up using HP and HP, but a crit rate set. And it's actually quite fun, even though it's not much. I don't have insane defense, it's solid defense, but even with only 20% crit rate, I'm kind of surprised at how much damage he actually helps out with sometimes, which makes him really valuable, I think. He's got a really strong kit, of course. Let's just quickly talk about his skills. So he kind of can jump to a target area, defense-based damage as an AoE, like kind of smashes. We have, again, defense-based damage with a knockback, which is nice. He swings a heavy hammer, more defense damage into all enemies. And here we go as well. Damage reduction to each enemy, blah blah blah. He gains extra defense and damage reduction as well the more enemies are around him. Super, super cool, really interesting kit. His exclusives are great as well. Increased damage here. When he hits 3 enemies with 1 skill, increases damage reduction. So like, he's all about the more people around him, the more he actually gets... Well, he takes less damage. He adds extra damage reduction to his kit. So that's kind of, it's an interesting meta. It's just kind of like the more chaos is going on, right? The more he can actually just survive and thrive. So I love that. I love that about his kit. But yeah, my stats are far from perfect. I would like to have 3 million solid, and we can take away some defense to do that, but he has naturally strong defense. Look at his kit already has 10k defense to begin with, so he's very easy to add extra defense to because he's got a very high base defense. I do have, like I said, a little bit of crit rate on him, and a teeny bit of crit damage. I do want more damage reduction, so in a perfect world I would also have damage reduction boots, HP gloves, HP helmet, and then HP and damage reduction substats throughout the rest of his kit as well to do a proper tank. Now when we're talking about Crete, of course you want to max out his talents. The skills are really important. And of course we are talking here. We don't need any attack. I don't even know why that's here. Sometimes they have stuff in the talent trees that literally make no sense for the character. But can't this at least be like crit rate instead of attack? I don't know. It's silly. They're silly. But let's talk about him really quick here in the sense of prototypes. So when you're dealing with Vanguard champion like Crete, in a perfect world, to make him a nice tank, you want to give him a Prism Amulet. This is a really cool, let's see, where can I, here we go. At the highest level, when Vanguards receive damage, 80% is slowly taken over 8 seconds. If the Vanguard kills an enemy during this period, all of the delayed damage is cleared. At lower levels, it's only 45%, but still, it's like it slows the damage that they're taking. And if they kill someone, because they do decent damage, like he actually does decent damage, you don't take any more damage left. So that's really cool. It really helps him survive. But we don't have that. So what we're actually working with for dealing with Crete for me and progressing, which I'm so proud of, I was stuck at chapter 37-20, I think. And all I did was regear my Crete. That's it. And what we're doing is we're actually going to pair him with a pain rune. I don't, like, as I said, I don't have the ideal prism rune for him as a tank. But this is really cool too. When an allied assassin or vanguard hero loses their shield, that shield shall explode and inflict AoE damage to, let's see, to go to 50% of the shield. as well as 2 seconds of stun effect. So this really comes in handy, especially for something like wave clearing and everything here. I also do have him with Gautier. He benefits from this guy as well. And well, in a perfect world, this is a really great team. Crete, Bailey, Rez, all in the same team can do some serious work. But this is a nice commander here. It actually gives me some extra attack from my back people if I put them back there as well. And he's Vanguard and happens to get extra damage as well too. But oh, he doesn't need attack. He's not attack based. Why is this even a thing? The Vanguard heroes' damage are based on defense, yet we have attack as a bonus. This literally makes no sense. Anyway, here we're talking the displacement again. Let's see, when they use a displacement skill, the damage caused by their next skill is increased by 60%, and they gain a shield up to 30% of their HP for 5 seconds. So this pairs really well with this. This commander causes them to get a shield, and this thing, well, does extra damage when they lose their shield. So it's just all about synergies when it comes to figuring out your best team comp. So let's see, can we continue some more story stomping with Crete? I have been so surprised. Like all I did was make him have survivability. I think I had him built as kind of a weird mix of just, let's just see if he can do damage. I know I didn't have the best gear to make him be a proper tank, so I had him in crit rate and crit rate gloves and defense chest and boots, and I just kind of had him built like how I would think to build a damage dealer that's defense based. But instead I was like, all right, nope, I'm gonna switch it to HP, and this is my result. This is all because of me rebuilding Crete. I was literally stuck at 37, and here I'm going through 39 with ease. Like, he is so, so good. I also have the double healers with Masrani and Serena in here too. But I love Luke, I love Bailey, and Crete, just at the head of all this as the tank, is awesome. And look at he's actually doing, look at his damage. He's doing 4 million damage. Like, so often he's doing more damage than the other damage dealers, which is great to have for a tank. It just gives them even more utility and helps these stages be even faster. I guess I wanted to give a few more notes about Crete overall. He's obviously the best tank in the game. I do have a guide on gearing tanks, so I talk about him and others. Tank and Vanguard heroes specifically, so you can check that out for overall gearing in general. He does have awesome damage reduction and defense, just base stats that just really help to keep him surviving and still doing damage at the same time. He's got the crowd control with his displacement. He's got great mobility because you actually can make him move to certain areas. When you can do that with, let's see, when you can do that here with, if I can not kill people fast enough, let's see, right here. Boom. You can make him jump to where all the people are, right? He does more damage based on how many enemies are around him, or it stuns them as well. There's so much to go around here with him. It's just so, so great. Got awesome AoE damage, and he's a tank. And I don't have him built for damage, yet he's still just destroying. It's just such a good combination. But overall, I use him in almost every area of the game. Besides story here, I have been using him in Terradome. He's top tier in Terradome. You love having those people that need to be within that ring, or at least people you can move into the ring like Taylor, and him as well, because you can move him around. But he's a melee champion anyway, so he's really great for Terradome. Story mode, you can see he's just carrying my team through. Literally, he's so, so good, and he's a huge piece of this puzzle. When I had my other tank in here, it just wasn't working, and now it's just flying through the chapters like nobody's business. Twilight, he's also going to be top tier. Of course, it's really great being able to have, if you want to have a double tank option, like him as a tank and or actual tank, then you can totally get away with doing the generalist bond a lot easier, because you have double tanks for survivability plus a healer and then a couple different damage dealers, and you can really use the generalist bond very well. Plus, of course, there is the Vanguard bond as well, and you can put him with Artas or someone too, like Guan Yu. We also have, I guess when it comes to PvP, he's still quite strong. I mean, he's strong in every area of the game. I mean, when it comes to me battling other people, in the top 5, top 10 of Arena. He's in almost every team as well. So that says something. I think that definitely says something. And an overall elite campaign, regular campaign, everywhere. I don't see how you couldn't use him. I mean, I don't even... The weakest part he'd probably be for would be what? The Marsh. Sinsaro Marsh probably is his weakest point, because you can get away with like all AoE plus a healer, and you don't really need a tank for stage 15. So that would probably be the one place you don't use Crete. But overall, absolute monster. Put him in that HP vigorous gear, damage reduction boots or HP boots, and you'll be very happy. He's just so good. He synergizes really well with some of these other teams, like with Rez and Bailey, which is such a popular combo again for PvP and PvE. And if you don't have, like I said, if you don't have a Prism Amulet, like I don't either, just try to use Gautier as your commander along with a Pain Rune. And it's just a really good tip that I've picked up seeing a few people using. I think we had a guide in my, who was it? We had a guide in my guild Discord from Spark, who's a moderator, that showed this. And then I've seen some other people since I've actually noticed, oh yep, they're using that too. So smart. I love the combination. But yeah, that's all for now, guys. I just wanted to do a quick hero spotlight and talk about how to utilize Crete well and why he's a gosh darn monster as I just continue to blast through story mode. Thank you, Crete. So before we cut out here, I did want to show you guys that stage 15 of Terradome, it's hard. I haven't even got the best time yet, but Crete was the missing piece of my puzzle personally to get me to be able to do this on full auto. So I just wanted to quick show you guys what my team is. Again, I'm running Gautier and Pain Rune here, but this was a really solid team. Randall, Bailey are great. You could also put Taylor in here again, but you want to use him manually. And a healer, a strong healer like Mazrani is wonderful, but I can't quite get the speeds I need. I need a little bit more damage. My Randall's pretty terrible, honestly, so maybe that'll help. But just wanted to quick show you guys what my setup was for doing Terradome. I have used in Desa Caves, I have used Crete here as well, instead of, I think I had, instead of Sorietta, or not instead of Sorietta, instead of Pregor, I think I had, let's see, where are we? I think I had this as my setup. Something like this, I think, was my setup as well, but I was kind of focusing the hunters and trying something different this time, which ended up being quite fast. So, but you can absolutely use Crete and Desa Caves as well. But that's all for now, guys. I hope you liked this video. I'll see you in the next one.
Eternal Evolution. Play now for free.